Hey everybody, it's good to be back in Tampa today. We've got a big announcement. I'm joined here today by Special Counsel Rita Peters of our Office of Statewide Prosecution, Paige Tucker from our prosecution office as well, and Monica Satcher, who's a mom of 6 and founder of the Acts of Love Ministries. So we're all about protecting families in Florida and keeping our streets safe, and we've noticed a recurring trend. And that is that child predators are using, these dangerous devices right here to get to our kids. I can't say enough to parents at home to scare you about the dangers that are out there. There are sick people out there, and they're using these social media applications to find their ways into your homes, to reach out to your kids. They're deceptive. They lure them in. They prey upon them. They try to set up meetings. They ask for photos. And we're not going to tolerate that. We're going to hold these people accountable. So today we're announcing that we have filed, as of last night, a lawsuit against Snapchat based on the dangerous practices that they have in operating their company. Last year, it was a priority of the legislature. I want to thank Speaker Paul Renner and his Chief of Staff, Allison Carter, that passed House Bill 3. That was a big deal to them, and for good reason. We continue to see case after case after case where young kids are preyed upon using applications, and Snapchat happens to be one of the worst offenders. Just recently, as Rita can tell you, we were tracking a registered sex offender who for months was online pretending to be other people, seducing young people into sending photographs. House Bill 3 added protections where young teenagers and kids are not allowed to have access to these social media applications. People that are 15 or 16 can have access so long as there's parental permission and that parents have the opportunity to engage in various controls and opportunities to track and know what their kids are doing. And again, this is a decision for parents, but I encourage everybody at home, please pay attention. Know what your kids are doing on the devices and understand the risks, the dangers that are out there. So kids 15, 16, they can have access with parental permissions, but what we're finding is Snapchat is advertising to kids as young as 13, and kids are able to access these applications and receive photographs and things without knowing what it is. They're not proper procedures to make sure that we know what kids are receiving before they receive them. I've never had Snapchat personally, so this has been a learning experience for me. But our investigators, show where these things disappear very quickly. That's the inherent nature of Snapchat. Photos, messages, they're sent and immediately disappear, which has made this a favorite application for the predators that are out there and want to get access to our kids. We're going to be putting these bad guys away, and we're going to be going after companies that operate in a dangerous manner that puts our kids at risk. We also just last week started an investigation into Roblox. This is another online application that enables young people to come in and play games. However, again, this is creating this network where adults, sick people that are out there, pretend to be others, develop relationships, and take advantage of this platform to try to go after our kids. We're not going to tolerate that, not for a minute. We've got millions of people here in Florida that use Snapchat, and tens of thousands of them appear to be teenagers. So we're going to crack down. We're willing to work with all these companies. We hope that you will want to be cooperative and will want to protect our kids. The sex offender, child predator stuff aside, the nature of these applications is also such that it messes with the minds of kids. They design these things, we've got evidence, to be addictive, where there's the constant scrolling, there's push alerts that hit you throughout the day, there's other strategies used to incentivize people to communicate more frequently with others on these platforms. We're seeing increased mental health issues, increased suicides. Kids are reacting and changing in a very dangerous way when they spend hours and hours on these platforms that, again, are designed to be addictive. So we're going to be monitoring those things as well. We've got various consumer protection arguments that we're raising, many of these coming from House Bill 3 from last year. In Florida, we don't just walk the walk, we talk the talk. So I was glad to see our legislature pass this important bill to protect our kids, and we're here to follow up with enforcement here today. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate our statewide prosecutors for the wonderful work they do to fight to keep our state safe, strong, and free. So with that, I will turn it over to Rita. We're getting to do this quite a bit now.
I know. Thank you, General. I am very thankful to be part of a team that puts the protection of our children first and foremost in the state. I've been prosecuting sex crimes and child exploitation for approximately 26 years, and I have seen the face of prosecution change dramatically. With the advent of technology, I've had to learn new and different ways that our individuals who are trying to prey on our children are going to target them, but social media has brought it to a whole different level. Apps like Snapchat give these predators an opportunity to go almost undetected to gain access to our children, and it provides a challenge for prosecutors, but we're here to meet that challenge. Children who have access to these applications are not being sufficiently protected by these applications and by these companies. In fact, some of them don't even work very well with law enforcement when we actually try to get assistance in protecting these children, to the point that they inform these predators that we are seeking information through subpoenas or search warrants. So they put up roadblocks for us to get the protection for our children. But in addition to the passion that this office has for protecting our children and the most vulnerable in the state and in trying to carry that mission out, I'm speaking as a mother of a now adult but was a teenager who grew up in the advent of social media for teenagers. And I was not immune to the challenges that poses for parents these days. My daughter came to me several times when she was approached online in the social media apps with unwanted solicitations and unwanted photographs that no 14 or 15-year-old should ever have to see. We quickly learned how to protect her, and I prosecute these cases. And we made her account private, had a very long discussion with her, and blocked these users. But I had to do that. I had to take that proactive step. The social media apps didn't assist, even if I sent them the message. So it is something that is lacking, and I am very thankful that our Attorney General is moving forward to protect our children and taking our mission that far, and also that we are going to stand strong as prosecutors and take this challenge on and hold these people accountable. Thank you.
Thanks, Rita. Paige, you want to say something?
Just here to support.
Okay. All right. Very good. Monica, please come up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for what this office is doing. I am a mother of 6, currently of 3 teenagers, and then 10, 7, and 3, and I deal every day with social media. Not only that, with my organization, I rescue women and children of sex crimes. And the women that we've rescued were the children who were taken advantage. One woman I rescued 8 years ago, her father sold her on Craigslist. So it disgusts me. It disgusts me what we deal with. My teenage boy constantly wants to download Snapchat. I'm fighting with them. It's an addiction, and they make it that way. And just like she fights hard, I fight hard to work for it. Well, what about this regular mom and dad that don't know? Or you read the terms and it looks like they're safe. It took the office 3 months to reply, but a parent contacts them. What are they going to do? As parents, I appreciate living in Florida. We don't mess with our kids in Florida. That's all I can say. But it's important to protect our kids. It's important to come against these companies that want to continue to say they protect our kids, but then allow predators to extort them. You realize since 2021, 20 male teenagers have taken their life because of sextortion. One teenage boy in a good family, within a few days, was extorted, and within 24 hours, took his own life. This is not okay. And we're going to do our part as parents, but our hands are tied. That's why we need things like this. So I think it's important what we're doing. And parents, your kids' privacy is earned. It's not. Check their phones, check what's going on, and talk to them, because you think your kid's okay. You think this isn't going to happen to them. But in the privacy of their rooms at night, and don't even let your kids have their phones at night, okay? Take them at 10 and put them in your room. I mean, these things are so important. You don't understand. These statistics are real. And it's not that your kid is not okay or not a good kid. It's that these predators are out there, and it happens in minutes when they get on these apps. So protect your children, know what's going on, and just thank you again for all that you're doing.
So yeah, we're not going to let people cash in on our kids. We're going to stand in the way. We're going to protect them. This lawsuit is just the beginning. We'll be looking at all the various applications that are out there and making sure that companies are operating responsibly and that they are taking every measure necessary, not just to comply with House Bill 3, but to make sure they're protecting kids every which way they can from the harmful predators that are out there. As we've been working on this, we've been talking to parents up and down the state, and as people start to pay attention, they come forward and they bring us the messages. And it's sickening what you see with your own eyes, the very sophisticated efforts that these people go through to drop the guard down of the kids and to develop a friendship. And again, they're oftentimes pretending to be other young people. They're using photos that are not their real photos, and they develop these relationships, and then they find ways to solicit and seduce our young people. So we're not going to tolerate it. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for spreading the word. We've got to protect our kids, and this is the new battleground. So happy to take a few questions.
Can you go into more detail with how Snapchat is actually breaking the law, House Bill 3, and then also what your ultimate goal is with the lawsuit?
Sure, a few different ways. We can see evidence that they are trying to make these applications more addictive. We believe we need to protect consumers from these harms. They have an obligation under House Bill 3 to make sure that kids below a certain age threshold do not have access to the platforms at all.